guys, it's Katrina. Today we're going to be going over some helpful car hints that you should have for your car. So we're going to be going over what you should always carry in your car, some special tests that your car has to pass, such as smog tests and oil changes, and then what you should do when your car breaks down the side of the road. So let's get started. So the first thing that we have to do is talk about what you should always carry in your car. So if you look over here, I've laid out a bunch of different things that you should always have in your car. So starting on the left, we have napkins, a moist towelette, baby wipes, and paper towel. Now these are always good to have in your car in case you need to wipe down the windows, either inside or out. You want to wipe your hands after changing the oil in your car or putting gas in your car. And napkins in case you spill something or your nose is running, so paper products are always good to have. Next we have the car manual. So my car is a Ford Escape, and normally this comes with your car. And it's always good to have because if lights blink up on your dashboard suggesting a tire change, oil change, or an engine failure in the worst case scenario, you want to know what those lights mean. So a car manual will help you do that. Next we have some playing cards. So I always like to have these in case I get bored in the car with my friends, or we're at a drive-in movie theater and I don't feel like watching the movie. So this is more for your preference, but I always think it's good to have a set of cards in your car. Next we have pen and paper. So pen and paper is always good to have in case you want to write down some notes, maybe play hangman with your friends when you're bored, or if you want to write down an important list of things that you forgot to do this morning. So pen and paper. Next we have deodorant and perfume. So this is good for when you forgot to put it on this morning, or maybe you just run a couple of miles to your car and you have a big date. Deodorant to help you smell better. Next we have a nail file, nail clippers, and hair ties. So these are for my personal preference because I always think that I hate having when my nail is uneven or when I have hangnails. So this is just for me, but I always recommend to have them just in case your nails break or something goes hectic with your fingers. Next we have food, water, gum, and Tic Tacs. So food and water is always good to have in your car just in case if you break down the side of the road and you might be stuck there for hours until the tow truck comes, or maybe you're just hungry and want a snack before going home. Gum and Tic Tacs are good to have to make sure that your breath is fresh when you're going to class, or maybe just rehearsal or a big date or something like that. So another necessity for your car. Next we have an outlet that you plug into your car and then a phone cord. So I obviously have an Apple phone, but if you had an Android or a different type of phone, you would have a different type of phone cord. But these are always important to have in your car because your phone is the most important thing that you have in your life. And so it's always good to make sure that it's plugged in and charged in case you need to call your parents saying that you got in a car accident, or maybe call your friend, make sure that they got home safely after you dropped them off. So a phone, cable, and charger are always good to have. Next, we have glow sticks. Now they seem kind of funny having them in your car, but they're very helpful when you're on the side of the road and it's the middle of the night and your car broke down, you don't have battery, and you want to make sure that no one's coming up, so you crack your glow sticks and you could finally see. So glow sticks are another important thing to have. Next we have ibuprofen. So ibuprofen's good to help your headaches or your stomach aches or aching anywhere, because you don't want to go driving for the next couple of hours and having a headache or leg cramps or something like that. So ibuprofen, Tylenol, and Motrin, all of those are good to have in your car. Finally, we have the most important thing, a first aid kit. Now this one's pretty self-explanatory why you should have it in a car, because you never know if you're gonna get hurt, if someone next to you is gonna get hurt, or maybe your fingernail's just gonna get broken and you don't wanna deal with that for the rest of the road and you don't have nail cutters, for instance. So first aid kit is a necessity to have in your car. Okay, so now that we've gone over everything that you should have in your car, now we're gonna talk about oil changes and smog tests. So smog tests are basically testing the air quality of your car. So you go to a smog place every 2 years or so, and they test the air quality of your car, making sure it's between a certain range in order for there not to be too much pollution coming from each car. So now a smog test is necessary to make sure that you can get your registration on the back of your car. Because if you don't have your car registered, then you're not allowed to be driving on the road. So a smog test is very important to make sure that you have for your car. Next, we go to oil changes. So my car actually does need an oil change. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when it does. So I don't know if you can see, but I have a mile sticker over here that says 64,591. So when I turn my car on, it immediately says oil change required. But if you look down at the miles below, it's 64,290. So it's pretty close to the number that's estimated on that sticker over there. Which basically means that when I hit the number on the miles over there, I have to get another oil change to make sure that the oils in my engine work properly and everything is going smoothly. So that's what it looks like when your car needs an oil change, and they're very important to make sure that everything is running smoothly and safely in your car. Finally, we're going to talk about what you should do when you break down on the side of the road. So, your car is breaking down, your engine's making weird noises, you're losing speed. So the first thing you obviously want to do is pull over to the side of the road and turn your hazards on, which are the little red triangle in your car. Next thing you always want to do is pop your hood. So in my car, there's a little handle on the side over here that you have to pull, and you hear a click. So now we go over to the hood. So now it's not going to come all the way up, so you're going to want to find the latch. Now there should be a little stick here that helps put your hood up. Hook it, latch right there. So now this shows other drivers that my car is broken down and that you need help. So after you pop your hood, the next thing you want to do is call your insurance company. Now for me, that would be AAA, but for you, it might be someone else. So you call them, tell them I'm broken down, maybe try using your car manual to see what's going on with your car, something wrong with your engine or your battery, something like that. So after you call them, the next best thing to do is call your family or your friends that you're trying to go meet, try to contact them and tell them what's going on. Then finally, you gotta just wait around for the tow truck to come. Now, if you're on the freeway, it's always good to take at least 10 feet away from your car, because sometimes drivers might get delusional and see a car on the side of the road and want to turn toward it and might hit the car, and you don't want to be stuck in the car when that happens. So it's always good to move away from your car in a grassy patch or something like that. Okay, so I think that we've gone over everything. I hope you guys learned something today, and I would really appreciate it if you could take the survey below the video to help me out with my project and all my videos that I've created. So thank you all so much for watching today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!